Hello, everyone. Go eat lunch, City. Guys, I got some fun stuff in the mail. It's needlepoint related, though. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I got, this little needlepoint, stitch card. So it's like 50 different stitches on little cards, and it, like, tells you how to do the stitches. And it gives you like step-by-step instructions as well as like using like a pattern. So it tells you to go from 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. I'm really excited about this because it's got a bunch of different stitches that I'm really looking forward to trying to figure out. I'm fancy stitching now, guys. I'm so excited. Really pumped. It's got like really cool ones too. Because I keep seeing like people do really cool stuff with their needlepoint, using like different stitches and stuff, and that like makes it like look really cool because it has like a texture to it. So it's very exciting for me. This does come in a book, but the book is like sold out everywhere. So I got the cards instead, and then I got 2 new canvases. I got a little super bubble, little bubble gum. I think I want to make this into like an ornament or something. And then I got the word popular in the Barbie font. And I think that I might like finish this into like a sunglasses case and give it to my friend Ashley, because we both really love the musical Wicked. And this is where that's from, so popular. I want to give it to Ashley. They love Wicked as much as I do. But I'm very excited. I'm financially responsible, guys. I didn't spend like $400 worth of needlepoint stuff this week. Don't worry about it. I'm doing my best, guys. Fancy. Stinky winky beefy boy. I don't like the undertone of that text, to be honest. Hot. You did cook with the coffee though, Joel. I don't know if you heard me. You cooked with the coffee. Tastes good. Made that undertone. That's on you. Fair enough. Fair enough, dog. Fair enough. How are we doing? Happy Saturday. Good morning. Hope everyone is having a good day so far. A good week. Despite the horrors, we will persist. We're playing Mass Effect. It's been a while. I don't know what I was doing. I think we were doing the Rachni thing. Looked directly at that current GIF and had a stroke. Well, contact my lawyer, creature. Thanks, Ed. The horrors persist, but so do I. I said that to my manager yesterday during a meeting. That worked. What's up, Mike? How's it going? Ow. What was I doing? We're going... He likes to be tall. Let's get down from there. Max, what are you doing? Today I called my manager undiagnosed, but we all know. We know. I was telling my D&D group the other day what I had told you, Ad, where I was like documenting my my thought process at 9:30 a.m. where I was like, I need to eat something. And then I proceeded to get distracted and lose my train of thought for 2 hours before I ended up actually making myself anything to eat. And I was like, I think I need to be medicated. Bless you. I think I should be on prescription drugs. Yeah, it was like really bad because at like 9:30 I was like, I need to eat. And then I was like, oh, let me work on the little one shot for Saturday. So I like was dooting around on that. And then a thought struck me and I was like, oh, I have an idea for my Dragon Age character. Let me write all of that down. And then I spent like a half an hour writing that down. And then I was like, oh, I need to take the dog out. Let me go take the dog out. Oh, I need to come back in and I need to water my plants. Let me go water my plants. Oh, I need to go do this and then this and then this. And then I like sat down at 11:30 and I was like, oh God, I need to eat. I didn't eat yet. That whole thought process started because I needed to eat. Paragon, more like Renegade. We're trying to be good little guys. I promise nothing. What's up, Lemix? Hello, please don't shoot me. How's it going?
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Starving artist. Starvation is by choice, not lack of funds.
I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Listen, when Joel's not home, my eating schedule's a little wishy-washy. I ate today. He's home. He made me breakfast.
We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
Joel said to me yesterday, he was like,
all I can do is hold out here and protect.
remember how you used to say that you were like an independent lady? And I was like, yeah, I used to be independent, and then you ruined me.
Can take you down to the hot
This is your fault. I'm a monster of your creation.
Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that.
Not my fault.
Hell, man the perimeter.
I used to be very self-sufficient. Small room. Small ass room.
Thanks for the help.
My nose is really itchy.
Every few hours a group comes up the tram tunnel.
I'm not on drugs, guys, I
It's
promise.
actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
Space
I don't know why they
scooters.
keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Got some Paragon points. Hell yeah, brother. Gotta go this way. You go this way? I would have remembered to eat if I was. So true.
What?
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Alright.
That's all for
Guess
now.
you're gonna be a bitch.
Then I will.
Science puce. She just bug out and leave to die.
Uncertain. I welcome you.
Hello.
Cautiously. I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively. I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
You know, the Elcor are really like the originators of the /S. You know when people put, like, sarcastic, sincere, joking at the end of a sentence to, like, denote their tone through text?
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of
Honest
my
to God,
job has been
HUD with an
appropriating
hunger bar on it,
resources
it's the only solution that would be guaranteed to work. Yeah. I think that I'm just like a little guy, you know? I sell stuff to you, buddy. I love inventory management. I feel about this right now. I think we've sold enough. Feel the same way. Did I just eat lunch? Oh my god. Macy woke me up at like fucking 6:30 this morning because she needed shit. So I was like outside. It was cold. And then I came back inside and I was like, now I have to go back to sleep.
What? No!
Relax.
Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
I actually don't care about getting any
Remember to
information.
report any suspicious noises.
Okay.
Warning, Watchdog protocol is active.
Jeez, chill out. I feel like I did a renegade thing. Oops. Yeah, I did. How do you get down there? Sorry, guys. Like a shot. Do it. Join me. Now you sound like a cultist. Personal log. I don't care what the authorities say. Something's happened to them. Entire colonies don't just stop responding for no good reason. The administrator won't do something, then I'll take the shuttle to the Hades Gamma cluster and deal with it myself. Hey, Venezia.
There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies.
Okay.
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
We don't have to fight. You can return to the Citadel with us.
I
Mommy.
think not.
Uh-oh. I got slept. She mantis to me? I guess she like 2 questions. Yeah. Is it weird to ask Liara to cosplay her mom every once in a while? Is it weird? Yes. Don't you fucking run at me. How are we doing? What cheeky little... Where am I getting shot from? Who are you shooting at? I think Liara is, like, that down bad for Shepard that, like, if Shepard asked her to do that, she probably would. You know what I mean? What's up, Beach? Coming for your ass. And then I'll be coming for that ass, if you know what I mean.
Over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
Like, they didn't have to make her that, like, boobalicious. You know what I'm saying?
You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
So you could turn on me again.
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything.
That's very true, Jim, and they know what they were doing.
His sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
The only Asari with a different cup size, and they make us kill her.
Sovereign's not like
devastating.
other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct.
Sign of power.
You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you.
More booba, more power.
It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the...
Hey, well, maybe the Reapers ain't so bad, you feel?
I took the location of the relay.
Maybe they have, like, maybe Saren's got the right idea.
I was not gentle.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's location isn't enough. We need to know where to go from there.
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination, but you must find out quickly. I transmitted...
I am only looking at her titties right now, guys. I gotta be so fucking real with you.
You have to stop me.
I'm like a moth drawn to a flame.
His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should... Ah, you should...
A tit fish.
Take cover.
Ah! I gotta shoot the titty. Sorry, guys.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got Metagel. Maybe we can...
No.
I shot her directly in the booba.
My mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will.
See, it is very different with Liara in the party. However, I've made my choice about who my party members are.
They always said there would be a...
Laid out on the booba. Everyone, a moment of silence, please, for the booba. Thank you.
This one serves as our voice.
Bye, gay boy.
We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, One moves all.
This is going to be a fun conversation.
I love
We
Rex.
are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands.
The Asari Commando like uniform goes really hard, I'm not gonna lie.
She has colors we have no names for, but she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children...
Psycho Mantis ass. Look at his outfit.
What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
If you kill her, you consign an entire race to death. We should let the Citadel Council decide her fate.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
We can't kill them.
I won't destroy your entire race.
Not just because Paragon, but also because they're an important war asset.
These bastards, so maybe you don't get it.
Are we any better if we kill them all?
Do what you want. My people will clean up this mess later, just like we did for the Solarians.
Relax, Rex.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Great. Bugs are writing songs about you. Mark my words, you'll regret this.
Relax. Chill out. Look at them. He's a little guy. I will say, even when I do, like, actually play Renegade, I never end up killing the Rachni Queen. We got plus 24 Paragon points. Oh yeah, brother. Over here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's like no one outside. I don't know if she's barking at. There's no one there. She's crazy. Do we go inside and we do just kill off these people? We have to go to, oh, we gotta go to the hot labs. Hot labs. She's doing her tap routine. Do you hear the little tippy taps? It's funny because like when she does get going, she do be going like this. She do be tip tapping. Hello.
Are you here to secure the situation?
Almost as loud as her barks.
You must listen to me.
Anyway, did you know that you're a nuisance?
They will drop bombs from the
You know
battle
you're a
stations.
nuisance?
You
Did you
understand?
know that? That's crazy.
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders.
Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
A 1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived these centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass-produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Obviously, they were wrong.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No. These Rachni
I think we already know this. I think I did this out of order.
It's a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Chimera a start.
Well... Don't spit acid at me. I don't like that. You got the purge code. Go this way. Have fun, Lummox!
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without...
Mumble something as one of the options.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified.
Got overkill on already. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. Yep. I just run through. I feel like this is the question I have every time. Yeah, what do I do here? This happens to me every time I play this game at this particular point. I'm like, I just get overrun. We good? Are we good? Can you chill out? What's up, Bashman? We're fine. I just needed to not rush in. Yeah, the choke point. Come on, everyone. How are you, Bashman? Well, have we done it? I think we're good. Like something in my back. This shit sucks. I think you're just old, Bashman. You just gotta stop doing things. Just sit stationary.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind.
What about your
We still
mom,
need to learn more
Liara?
about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
And a great pair of knockers, though.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Stuff catching strays.
Report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report.
We all won't live that long. Don't worry about it. Look at all my Paragon points, guys, and hardly any Renegade. Wow. I'm very, very sweet, mild-mannered. Let's go talk to Thanks. Open, please. This is the future. Why is the door taking so long to open? A checklist.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
See you later.
Go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Love you. Well. I started a, welcome back, Sithy. In my vampire game, I started this, bit, safety smooches. I started this bit, so my, my character, Sin, has this, like, her sire is, her and her sire are very weird because they're both sort of mean girls. But my character desperately wants her sire's approval, but also desperately wants her sire to not know that she wants her sire's approval. So I started this bit where every time I talk to my sire, I will go, okay, love you, say it back. And the storyteller, as my sire, is like, wait, what? And I'm like, nothing, bye. So now everyone's hope is that my sire will eventually tell me, love you back.
Time to talk now, Commander.
Of course. Have a seat.
Aren't most vampires weird to some degree? Oh, yeah.
But we're a long way from backup.
So true. So true, bestie.
I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Yeah, all she wants is a head pat.
Maybe I got a bad signal. And if you're a... maybe there's someone else else you'd rather...
She's like a golden retriever. If that golden retriever was a little mean and wanted to feast upon human organs, you know? Like...
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly cross...
What's up, Chunky? Good morning.
What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's interested in you as more than a source of Prothean.
So true.
She's a very interesting lady to my tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Caden?
You're right. Sorry, it wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Talk to me, Caden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic trading out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian,
Yeah, that's right.
Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, I was
sure does.
that killed your father. Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to New Beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long.
Damn, he's old as fuck.
Coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is
God, 32, that's so old.
try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Caden. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard.
Shut up, Mary.
Don't make a habit
I say that because I'm going to be 32 in less than a month.
Think about what I said.
Get to digging. Gotta dig your hole, buddy.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
I bet you would, you pervert. I'd just be like that sometimes, yeah. It's weird because, like, because of, like, the pandemic and stuff, I'm still, like, I'm, like, 27. But in reality, I know I'm actually 32.
Commander, good to see you.
I gotta go.
Love you. Mwah.
Commander.
The pandemic made me sick.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
I feel like, so it's weird because it's like, I feel like the pandemic made me feel emotionally, like, mentally, I feel like I've lived lifetimes. But also, where it's like, I feel like the trajectory of my life was changed, and therefore it feels like I was, like, stuck at, I think I was, like, 28 at the time, 27.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Actually a ghost, which is why I can
Yeah,
see ghosts.
military families, eh? With
3,000
schedules like that,
IQ
it's a wonder
play.
we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did. Mike.
Fucking Mike.
I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought...
Just got yelled at a lot during the pandemic. Who would yell at you, Bashman? That's so weird.
Damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a
Must not be anyone we know.
Because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like
It's very sociable before COVID.
My last day out, Mike
COVID made me like see the worst in people.
told her friends, so everyone
is the problem.
He wasn't happy.
It made me see that people weren't willing to put their own wants aside for the safety of the many.
Kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up, but he hung it, and she hugged. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander.
Ashley, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm gonna be so honest with you.
Ulysses was
Okay.
Dad passed
Yeah,
on.
yeah. See you later.
Everyone has their...
Hello? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take...
It was a large-scale shopping cart. It truly. You have no idea how hard. Oh, I get it, Sithy. I'm still, like, because of everything, like, I'm still, like, a little, like, minorly agoraphobic. I get, like, really bad anxiety when I know I'm going to a place that has, like, a lot of people. It makes me, like, nervous. Where, like, sometimes I'll just be like, actually, I'm not gonna go. Never mind.
What do you want, Shepard? Suit yourself.
That just solidified my opinion of humanity.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and the Normandy runs so smooth it feels.
I find it rather peaceful.
But it's more than just the silence. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get.
Oh my god, shut up, Bashman.
Now there's you know, there's always a few who go on their.
You do plan.
I could never abandon my people. See you later.
See you later. I can be sociable, but I like for being alone, playing games, and being with the animals. I only went to the con when I had to. Spent my time sitting in front of the. Yeah, I get that. It's weird because like I used to like going out and doing things. Like I think I would consider myself like. Prior to COVID, I really wasn't home a whole bunch. Like I wasn't really super like I wasn't big into like sitting home. I would play video games and stuff, but it would be like on my PS4, so it wasn't like I didn't even have Discord before like COVID. I think my Discord was made in like 2020. So like or 2019, something like that. But I didn't like hang out with people like online. I had like my friends like back in New York that I would like go and hang out with. I was never big into like online gaming or anything. It's in Colony. Maybe once every other month. Most places I go for fun is by myself. hang out with you guys at the comics. I didn't want to leave Cheryl alone. Well, I get that. I get that. That's also very considerate of you, Sithy, because, like, I imagine, too, like, as, you know, as, like, a spouse, a partner who has, like, gone to things that, like, where it's, like, my husband, knows everyone else there, but I don't really know anyone, it would feel bad if, like, he left me, if Joel just, like, left me and went off to, like, do things. The Newtons? She was happy to see the snow. I love that. Maisie, quiet. Hey. Ooh, you're naughty. Don't look back at me. Come here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. You want to show everyone how naughty you are? Come here. Come here. Come here. Around. Turn around. Well, don't we feel awkward, huh? Just gonna thrash. You're thrashing? Maybe I just have to do this. Maybe I just gotta pick you up when you're being naughty. She looks so much big. She's not... Gets on the mic and has nothing to say. Typical. Love that bandana, thanks. We got it at the place that we go pumpkin picking. I'm sorry, okay? She's like looking back at me like, Bob, you embarrassed me in front of everyone. Where's the Newton system? Mass Effect. Verge cluster. I always forget how big she is, because, like, I don't think that she's really big. She's like 80 pounds. But I always forget that she's, like, kind of big, because, like, she's really the only dog I interact with on a regular basis. And then I'll see her, like, next to another dog that's significantly smaller, and I'm like, oh boy. She's a whole lot of lady.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information, Commander. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral.
All 4 scientists. There was a brutal massacre there years ago, and it was classified as a natural hazard. But the project...
You think these scientists had something to do with it?
There was one other scientist on the project, Doc.
Hate that so Sithy, you are not the only one that can't attend this year. I am no longer going to GaryCon this year either. I had some day job stuff pop up, so... Osmos? They know I'm there to work and be productive adult for a short period of time, so that can't be held against me. Sesmos is an ice dwarf world. Its surface composed almost entirely of frozen water. Normally a planetoid this small would not rate inclusion on the system's charts, but Sesmos' unusually large and beautiful ring of ice crystals has made it a popular subject for visual artists. The ring is the result of a glancing equatorial impact which left a large trench and threw a great deal of melted water into the atmosphere. The rings are a temporary feature that will completely decay in a few thousand years. Maybe, oh, that would be fun. Maybe I'll do like the little monthly game. We'll do our little monthly game at the end of March when the con is. Hang out. Marvel Rivals, obviously. Obviously. Clencori is a rock and ice planet with an atmosphere composed of chlorine and argon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of potassium with deposits of iron. Clencori is famously claimed by the eccentric bolus billionaire Kuman Scholl. He claims that a vision of a higher being told him to seek out Clencori, the lost crypts of beings of light. These entities were supposedly created at the dawn of time to protect organic life from synthetic machine devils. Scholl has been excavating on Clencori's toxic surface for 2 decades at great expense. No government has valued the world enough to evict this small army of mercenaries. Matriarch's writings. More like Crash Out God. Still the most relaxing game that I play. Oh, Ouija. Every time, like, there's just, like, it's like me and Joel, like, absolutely raging or being just, like, super fucking tilted, and then Creature's just like, I'm having a great time. Junkro is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in its upper atmosphere. Like Uranus, in the Sol system, it is tipped on its side, its north pole facing the star Newton. Gas deposit. Ontarum. Though Ontarum's surface is uncomfortably hot, its nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere and abundant shallow seas make it an ideal candidate for habitation by most known species. Unfortunately, the orbit of the moon of Thonal has been slowly decaying since the system coalesced. Its proximity is beginning to have tidal effects, and its dynamo-like revolution through Ontarum's magnetic field is generating increasing powerful electrical storms. While some have suggested the emplacement of Mass Effect drives in an attempt to lighten the moon and correct its orbit, the scale of such a project, tens of thousands of drives, costs enough to bankrupt the governments of all the Citadel races, make it a pipe dream. A multiracial effort is underway to catalog and preserve the unique genetic diversity of Ontarum's vibrant young biosphere. Exogeny Corp and Hyven Genomics represent the Alliance's share of the effort. Do a little hulking, do a little jumping, do a little smashing. It's a great day. It's just the little things in life. I'm trying to think too what game I want to play for next month. If anyone has any suggestions for TTRPGs for community game night, let me know. Tonight we're playing The One Ring and a little... I actually kind of wrote this adventure. It's going to be pretty short, pretty sweet, just because I know you guys like to get fucking sidetracked. So I didn't put a whole lot of stuff in there. I do have the Fallout RPG. We could do Fallout, that'd be fun. And like, honestly, like, chances are if you suggest it, I probably have the book. I've got a lot of TTRPGs, guys. Problem. That, or I would just message Bashman to see if he had it. Varian insignia recovered. Final Fantasy 14. I said TTRPG, Joel. Twilight 2000 looks really fucking cool, though, as well. Honestly, I don't know if we're gonna go today or tomorrow. Because we're gonna go check out the Needlepoint store, and it's like kind of near our local game store. Probably gonna stop at our local game store and probably pick up some RPGs too. Is Twilight 2000 a sparkly vampire game? Hey, could be. What system did Free League use for Twilight 2000, Bashman? Is it, did they use the, like, did they modify the Year Zero engine for it, or is the system pretty close to what it used to be? Like the original? I don't like Windstorms. Oh, that was me. That was a me fault. It was me fault. Skirt, skirt! Or gameplay. Okay, cool. I do like, you know what? One thing I really like is a publisher that uses like the same sort of system across the board. How are you so quick? Excuse me. How are you still? Sir, I just blew you up. Mercenaries are hardy, dude. The other one. Hardy.
Securing point.
But it is nice that, like, for the most part, you can pick up any, like, Free League game and kind of instinctively, once you know how to play one, you can pretty much play any of them. Out, out. Facing the wrong way, buddy. They add tension or drama, then they might add value. True. Recommend the electric state. What's the electric state? I've seen it, but I haven't like actually looked into it. Class. I do want to play the Walking Dead as well. Just slowly making our way through all of the Free League games. What the flick? Definitely that on time. A lot of dead people. Rule set based off the book and it's upcoming movie, I guess, so we'll see how that fares. Walking bread where you are a chef in the zombie apocalypse.
I've got no grief with you. All I want is this bastard.
It's like, that's like the plot for Overcooked.
Mr. Toombs, you're insane. You need help. It's Corporal. Corporal Toombs. You don't get to lie. Not today. Today it all comes out.
What all comes out? I'm listening, but I need you to put that gun down.
You don't understand. I don't want to kill anyone. I want to go to sleep without screaming in my dreams. I want the people who sent me to
That's serious.
brought to justice.
Can't you see that Toombs is crazy? Shoot him!
But if I can't get that, I'll have to settle for killing the men who took my life away.
Talk to me, Toombs. Whatever happened, this isn't the way.
It's not the way.
It is for me.
Oh.
They had to die. You get it, right?
Yeah, buddy, I understand. You're just a little unwell.
Now the scientists are just like my unit. No survivors.
Well. Toombs' corpse slumps to the ground. His face, pinched with rage just a few moments ago, appears peaceful. He resolved the situation in his own way. He salute the corporal's body. He deserves that at least, and turned to leave. This is a game about a group of travelers heading out on a journey through a strange America in an alternate 1997. The ruins of a gigantic battle drones litter the countryside, heaped together with discarded trash of high-tech consumerist society in decline. Oh, that is like so my jam. Fuck. That sounds really fucking cool. Oh. Let's see. That's pretty dark for an Overcooked game. According to a log file you uncovered on Novaria, an entire colony has gone missing in the Hades Gamma cluster.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Yeah, Tales from the Loop. I literally have this sitting on my desk right now. I was hemming and hawing between whether I wanted to do Tales from the Loop or One Ring for this month. I ended up going with the One Ring. Just because I was more familiar with it, at least. Hades. What's up, Mardo? How's it going?
Message coming in.
Patching it through.
Commander, I'm glad you're in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
I'm in.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug.
I'm doing pretty good. I love Mass Effect. I love the Mass Effect games. This is not my first rodeo. This is my first Paragon run though, so. But I'm actually surprisingly enjoying the Paragon run. I normally go Renegade, but
the station coordinates now. Fifth fleet out.
Let's see. Have we read these ones yet? Have we been here? No, we haven't. VMAL. VMAL is an enormous terrestrial world of mixed rock and ice with an atmosphere of methane and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of calcium with deposits of iron. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Rare element surveyed. A gecko? During the initial survey of the Antaeus system, only a single flyby probe was spared for the small scorched world of a gecko. It revealed a planet unusually rich in heavier elements given its size. A gecko is a standard terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of cobalt and other heavy metals. Due to extremely rough, cratered terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. Ploba. Ploba is the second and by far the larger of Ananteus' two gas giants. Active scans by survey ships have returned tantalizing indications of massive solid structures deep within the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be anything natural. Some believe Ploba is a Jupiter brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents of this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals towards the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that an ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping them into the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage Ploba's deep anomalies went tragically wrong and ended with a crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. Patriarch writing recovered. Edmos. Edmos is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. If Trebin's terraforming is successful, it is expected that a helium-3 fuel refining facility for the system will be set up here. Gas deposit surveyed. Unidor. Unidor is a moderately sized ice world with an extremely thin atmosphere composed of krypton and xenon. Its frozen surface is unusually smooth, suggested widespread repaving by cryovolcanic processes, though no such activity is currently evident. Man, I really do want to, like, I'm like, Bashman, I'm thinking more and more about Electric State, and I really want to buy. I think that's gonna be my next purchase, because that sounds really cool. Trebin is a modest terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of silver. Trebin's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. Exogeny Corp recently performed a test impact of a single water ice comet into the surface, the first step of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water to the environment. A survey team is on the surface monitoring the geological and meteorological effects of the test impact. Most of the water released is still in the form of atmospheric vapor, but thick cloud banks have formed. There is every indication that this arid world will soon see its first rain. The survey team's progress has been hampered by frequent mechanical or computer failures in their GPS satellites. And hi, boys. We'll work our way around. Beep. I also have this Cryptid Creeks book that has been sitting on my desk. I think I might end up maybe doing a table flip with it, kind of going through it, because it's a pretty thick book. It's not like it seems like it's got a substantial rule set. I want to play a good space exploration game. Oh my god, yeah. I want to do like a mothership game. Because, like, here's the thing. It's, like, I want to do, like, a really good, like, space exploration. But I also want to do, like, space horror, which is, like, where, like, Mothership comes in to play. Turian Insignia. Like, I want to do some Mothership. I also want to do, like, Lancer. Lancer, like, seems really fucking cool, and I want to play that. Maybe, what is it, the Cypher system? Not Cypher, what is it? Coriolis? Is that like space? Lancer is super crunchy. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna show you the book. This is the book. This is just the core rulebook. It's almost 430 pages. Yeah, it's massive. There is a Final Fantasy 14. Oh, there didn't you buy it? Don't you have it? So many games, so little time. I know. Ah! Relax. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave this place. Leave this place. Relax. Yeah, Joel, run us through a game. I was supposed to play like a Coriolis game many years ago, but we never got off the... Okay, you're dead now. You're dead now. Bitch. Bitch. Anyway. That was scary. Go repair my wheel. My wheel was damaged. Yeah, Coriolis looks like a fun game as well. It seems, have you ever been killed by that thing? I don't think so. I usually just run away. Because, like, once you get out of, like, a certain perimeter, it'll just, like, despawn. It'll fuck off. Hey, did you guys know, you guys are set up camp over here. Did you know there's a fucking Thresher Maw, like, a mile back?
Nobody's been here for a while.
Boise.
On my way.
Doesn't take its job too serious. It said, I'm not chasing you. Me as a healer, when the DPS just fucks off into an opposite direction, I'm like, I'm not chasing you. I got into an argument with someone last night in comp on Marvel Rivals.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
He kept, this dude kept, like, diving into, the enemy's backline. And at this point, it was, like, I think maybe the second round or the third round. And he kept diving into the enemy's, backline. Oh, this is, like, later at night. I was just playing by myself. I was, like, by myself, just, doing around in comp. So he kept diving into the enemy backline. Kept dying because he kept diving into the enemy backline. He was playing Bucky. And he put in, like, the text chat, heals, all caps, question mark, question mark, question mark. And at this point, he had, like, maybe 2 or 3 kills. So I put kills in all caps, question mark, question mark, question mark. And he's like, I'd have more kills if you guys would heal me. And I was like, I'm not chasing you, dog. If you go off into an opposite direction, I'm staying with the tank. So it's in your best interest to not fuck off into the enemy backline if you want heals. If you're unable to, because Bucky's not like a dive character like that, where you're able to go into the enemy backline and then fuck off. And everyone else on the team was like, yeah, for real, dude, stop doing that. I was like, if no one got me, I know these random Marvel Rivals players got me. You should try the Hulk, right? I think someone was like, switch to tank. If you want to go dive, go switch to like Venom or something. And he ended up switching to Venom and didn't do any damage. Like, I think he got maybe 1 more kill. So he had like a total of like 4 kills by the end of the match. And he was like, yeah, I can't wait to see your healing at the end of the match. And meanwhile, I had like 15k healing or something. The highest healing of any of the healers. And I was like, yeah, my healing was so bad. You fucking moron. Sometimes I dive the backline to punch a healer once and then dip. Whoa, whoa, look at all these guys. Whoa, spooky scary. Hey guys. Whoa, whoa, we gotta relax. There's a lot of you.
I've seen this before. Machine cultists. The survey team must have unearthed.
Sounds like me with the kills. Yeah, but Cynthia, like, you're trying characters out and stuff. Like, this person was in a comp match getting, like, 3 kills, which is, like, I as the healer, I had, like, 8 kills at the time. So it's like, if your healer has more kills than you do, and you're, like, DPS, you gotta switch something up. Ah! The accounts for all of the Exogeny survey team, they were converted to cybernetic husks by devices similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. How they came to be buried on the frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. I now incorporate more than left mouse button W into my repertoire. Fuisha has advanced. Figured out I was at least a distraction. And like sometimes that's like what like really like Wolverine, any dive character like that, like Wolverine, Venom, what you do with them is you go into the enemy backline, you distract them for a little bit, and then you get the fuck out of there, because at least that gives it starts to it puts the enemy into a bit of a panic, because they all try to like turn around and will hopefully try to protect their healers. And it makes them disorganized, which gives the rest of your team an opportunity to actually go in and kill everyone. I still haven't solved Wolverine. He's a very weird character. Because he's got so much health and he can output so much damage as well. His like durability is like really good. And his movement is so fucking weird. And the fact that like you can't really counter him at all. Like once he gets you, like once he kidnaps you, you can't do anything about it. You're just along for the ride. I've heard, yeah, I've seen, we watched that happen a bunch yesterday. I think Ad was playing some Penny, and Ad kept getting tackled by the Wolverine. Cool. I'm gonna snooze this ad really quick. Then once I finish up on this planet, we'll take a cheeky little break. Wolverine and Winter Soldier. Bucky's like really fun. I've played him a couple of times in some matches. I really like Squirrel Girl. I'm enjoying playing Squirrel Girl, although she gets countered really easily if you've got like an Iron Fist or like a magic or any like flying character. But she's good for like taking on like the healers and kind of killing the healers. I don't know if my I really want to try Hawkeye because I've heard like he's fairly easy to play despite being like supposed to be like a sniper. Fuck. Fuck. It's Omnigel. Scarlet Witch. So I've got like Lord on Scarlet Witch, and she's really like her kit is really easy to play. However, like if you don't want to have to like worry about aiming for like her primary attack. But I feel like people think that like she is easy to play in the way where it's like easy to get like a bunch of kills and stuff. But it's really not, because you actually have to kind of strategize with her, and you have to make sure, because she's got like the phasing options, so like you can like phase out of situations and kind of travel while being invulnerable. You have to make sure that you're like super aware of that and how many charges you have of that, because that can get you out of really horrible situations. Where the fuck is this thing? Oh, it's right here. Disable. Positioning is probably the thing that's yeah, definitely. Like positioning for like all like characters, regardless of like what class you're playing. Like I think like I've been thinking a lot about like positioning, especially like when it comes to playing certain strategists. Like Cloak and Dagger, I feel like I tend to get up in people's faces when I'm playing Cloak and Dagger, but I should really be hanging back a little bit and making sure that like there's like distance between me and like the enemies. But it's kind of hard depending on the map as well. And then like Rocket, I've been playing a little bit of Rocket as well. And he's really fun because you can kind of get out of all of those situations and like you can scamper up onto walls. Most of my deaths come from being solo against the... Yeah, and that's gonna like... especially like if you play like, because you've been playing a lot of like Hulk and Doctor Strange. Like, you can outlast like the rest of your team, but the problem in outlasting the rest of your team is that you're then against the enemy team by yourself. I get really up there. I'm like, I feel like I'm a pretty aggressive Cloak and Dagger player. Because I have been like, and I tend to be an aggressive Cloak and Dagger player if we have DPS who aren't aggressive. So like if I'm playing Cloak and Dagger with like everyone else, I tend to kind of hang back and chill out. But like when I'm playing Cloak and Dagger and we don't have a really good DPS, I'm up in the action because the DPS usually aren't getting enough kills or not finishing off characters that they should be able to finish off. The only time that's the right play is during overtime. Yep. I was in a comp match the other night where my teammates were allergic to touching the point. especially touching the point, like I literally watched like multiple teammates hover around the point but not go and step on it when like there was ample enough time to like go and step on it to put it into overtime, and they instead let the enemy team get the checkpoint. And I was just like, you fucking idiots. What are you doing? That way you check the board during game? Yeah. I tend to see like how many like kills people are getting. And not to say like, because it's not COD, you know, like the amount of kills don't necessarily equate to winning. But when our DPS have like 2 kills each and the enemy DPS have like 20 and we're getting our shit absolutely stomped in, then it's like, well. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a really quick ad break and we will be right back in 3 minutes, guys. So stick around. That fucking Sithy no kills. Sithy, I will never get mad at you. Be right back. Hello, everyone. Yeah, you gotta pick your battles. Okay. Siege base. I'm like debating whether or not I want to go to like the needlepoint store in our game store today, or if I want to go tomorrow. But I want to come home and like finish prepping for the game tonight. I don't have a whole lot to prep for, but I like to give myself an extra like hour or two just because my brain sometimes doesn't want to work. Maidla is a terrestrial planet with a light atmosphere of carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. The surface is hot and mainly composed of magnesia with deposits of sulfur. Over a dozen volcanoes are currently erupting across the surface. Non-well. It'll be fine. That one after. Lacrolus? Lacrolus is a modest rock planet roughly the size of Mars. It has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of silicate rock with deposits of aluminum and other light metals. Lacrolus has a very weak magnetic field, in addition to very high levels of solar radiation. It is not suitable for Mass Effect drive discharge operations. Survey? Rare element survey? I know, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. The area is a huge hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. It's also kind of nice because I feel like since it's like a community game that's not streamed, be a little silly with it. You don't have to be like super serious the whole time. Mengito is a sun-baked wasteland of sodium, chlorates, and radioactives. Its relatively light mass has left it tidally locked to the star Plutus, with a day-side hot pole and a night-side cold pole. The powerful solar wind has stripped most of the atmosphere away. Rare element. Okay. Non-well. Though it is one of the oldest entries in the star charts, Nonwell has not yet been fully mapped. It is the largest body in the asteroid belt of the blue star Plutus, not only large enough to maintain a spherical shape, but also massive enough to retain noxious carbon and sulfur dioxides venting from its many volcanoes as an atmosphere. Nonwell is rapidly volcanic, and the source of its great heat is also the source of its inordinate mass. Nonwell is a secondary source of element zero, coalesced around a large chunk of Ezo ejected by a supernova billions of years ago. Surface conditions are extremely hazardous. In addition to the thin crust and numerous magma flows, wide stretches of the landscape are coated with slippery ash and cinders ejected from the volcanoes. You haven't noticed, I am never serial. Well, that's fine. Ad actually messaged me. He was like, do I have to be serious? Like, do you want me to be serious for this? And I was like, I've accepted that that's not happening, so no, you don't have to be serious. Plus, like, it's a community game. Like, I want everyone to just be able to have a good time. Wee. Judging by the footprints in the ash, the two mercenaries were facing each other over the crate when they died. Both suffered single gunshot wounds and have rifle close beside them. Take the contents. Matriarch's writings recovered. Medallion recovered. Can you imagine? Literally, probably what Garrus and Rex are going through. I'd imagine. It's so bright. Really bright, guys. Wee. Fuck you. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill myself. Whatever, man. I've got enough comedy gel. Who cares? I do think I think like my next stream game I want to do on this channel, I kind of want to delve back into Alien. I just have a whole lot of fun when I run Alien, like whether it's like on stream, off stream. And I'm also excited for the Evolved edition to come out. Excited to see like what cinematics they do. I'm making this so much harder than I need to be. Come on. And Michael Vincent Jr. The return. Oh. Did I already murder these guys? Not a back entrance. Well, I don't know what to do. Diamond shit. The cactus system. Cactus. Zayarder. An enigmatic terrestrial planet, Zayarder has a hazy atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of calcium with deposits of sodium. 3 times in the last century, ships stopping to discharge at Treyarmus have reported geometric patterns of light on the dark side of Zayarder. Attempts at closer investigation proved fruitless. The lights disappear when ships approach the inner system. Heavy metal. Oh wait, this is where I have to go to land, I think. Zamari? Zamari is a small, airless crater terrestrial, a lifeless rock quite similar to Luna. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of silicates, though one hemisphere has several seas of dark basaltic rock. Faringer. A large but low-density terrestrial world, Faringer is generally believed to consist mainly of water ice, occasionally upwelling of metals caused by the interacting tidal forces of several large moons. I keep, like, slipping into an accent, and I don't know why. I want this to stop. Suggests the core is small but extremely dense. Faringer has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of dark carbon-laced water ice. 10 years ago, Faringer's grim surface color and dim illumination drew the cinematographer Risa Uvarson to film the exterior scenes of Starless on location. Acknowledged as a masterpiece of gothic horror, the sets, well preserved by the vacuum, draw hundreds of tourists to the backwater system every year. Treyarmus. Treyarmus is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with a powerful magnetic field, making it a popular discharge site for freighters working the Anansi Ishtar shipping route. It is popular enough, in fact, that Quarian ships can often be found loitering in orbit, selling the freighter crews cheap refreshments, salvage, and other craftworks assembled by their children. There are no ships in orbit at present, however. Chohi? Chohi? Chohi is a terrestrial planet with surfaces mainly composed of aluminum with numerous deposits of calcium. Though it has enough mass to retain a dense atmosphere, Chohi is nearly a vacuum. This lack of atmosphere allows average temperature, but the differences between day and night are extreme. The surface of Chohi's sunward-facing side is usually covered by a haze of volatiles, mainly water vapor and carbon dioxide, which return to the ground as frost over the course of the long, cold night. Washingtonian. Bagel. I say bagel here. The Serta Foundation has established a research outpost on Chohi to investigate the native subterranean life of Chohi, which shows incredible resilience to extremes of heat and cold. That's my Washingtonian. How is it? How is it, do you think? Joel, how do you pronounce bagel? Killing myself. I don't know. Never paid attention. See, it's kind of weird because I don't interact with enough like native Washingtonians to like really know what like the accent sounds like. Because Joel's dad's from California, so he kind of like has a Californian accent, and Joel and his sister also sort of have like that accent as well. So I feel like the Washingtonian accent I hear is what is it? Diluted. We have an accent? Yeah. Well, kind of. Technically, everyone has an accent, you know? Close to the transmitter, your comms pick up a recording of a wistful string quartet. You power the system down. Whoever lived here, they have not been back for some time. The crates are covered with Chohi's chalky dust, and the status lights of the shack indicate its atmosphere ran out long ago. I don't. Well, you're lying to yourself. Matrix writings. Oh, whoa, that was weird. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just doing the Omni gel. I cannot be fucked right now, dude. You have no accent whatsoever. I know Sho says dude a lot, which is something they say a lot in California. Supposedly, she doesn't have much of an accent. That I've met with California accent, but a lot of people affect the accent. Yeah, I think like the thing is like, especially like places like I feel like California and like specifically where I live in Washington, there's a lot of like transients where it's like a lot of people have like moved to these places from other places. Example A, I moved here from New York. So, I feel like it's kind of hard to pinpoint like an actual accent when it comes specifically like the West Coast. I feel like it doesn't have like a very like pinpointable accent for them. My California accent when I was living there was very southern. I also feel like my accent tends to fluctuate between who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to like people from back home, like I definitely have a more pronounced like New York accent. Versus if I'm like streaming, I feel like my accent is just like nondescript American. And how pissed off I am. That's very true. Ooh, this feels bad. This feels like a fresher maw's gonna come after my cheeks. I'm from the Midwest. What's an accent? Isn't like Midwest just like diet Canadian accent? What's up, Justice? How's it going? Let's just speak like I'm with all of the network. Take down the terrorists, but remember to check your targets. The civilians are so addled up with the drug. Oh boy. Gotta remember to check our targets, guys. We gotta be very Paragon right now. Did you just say diet Canadian? I did. Like, isn't like the Midwest accent just diet Canadian? Only up north, like northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Scientist. Hey, buddy. Whoa, whoa, biotic terrorists. Whoa, biotic terrorists. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, relax. Whoa, 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 relax. What are you doing? Stop it. You're too close. Can I get up? Please let me get up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bitch. I'm gonna go full scorched earth and just kill everyone here. Fuck you. Piss me off, dude. Relax. You've cleared the facility. Civilian losses were tolerable. Evolution of humanity, huh? Those biotics didn't seem that different from the other scum you deal with. I didn't kill anyone, dude. Look, everyone's alive. Alive. They're alive. Okay, you can't prove that I killed anyone. Waiting for Mary to go ham on the civilians. Got a bunch of Magneto. Oh my god, truly. Yeah, Magneto. Courteous of them to put terrorists in the name tags. Yeah, exactly. Very convenient. Fuck is this empty ass room, dude? Oh. Okay. Bye. See you later. Fucking freak. Who's gonna tell on me? You know? I like the way you think, Chipman. No witnesses, no war crimes. That's my motto. I didn't mean to do that. Geneva suggestions. Leggy. What's the next game? So it's supposedly Mass Effect 5 or 4, depending on if you're counting Andromeda. But I think it's Mass Effect 5. It's really cool. It's like the argument of, well, is the next game going to be a continuation of Shepard's story? Which I hope it isn't. Because if it's not, then it's, you know, Mass Effect 5. Yeah, because Andromeda was kind of its own thing. Just saw Macy, like, violently twitch in her sleep, and I was like, Good little buddy. I think technically BioWare is calling it Mass Effect 5 though. Like I've seen, who is it? Who's the main writer for it? Call it Mass Effect 5. Yeah, she was thrashing a little bit. There's a Thresher Maw here. I knew it. You can't fucking fool me, you son of a bitch. I'm on to you. Large, flat, open area with a point marked in the middle of it. Nothing to see here. Oh, come back. You're so close. You're so close. Bitch. Suck my nut. Think I don't know what you're about? I know what you're about. Andromeda had a good idea, just the story. See, I didn't even, like, not like this. Like, I like the story and everything. You know, it's funny, because I've seen people, who have... I've seen people who... So their first BioWare game was Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, they didn't play any of the other Dragon Ages before that. They just started with Inquisition. And they went back and they tried to play the original Mass Effect trilogy, and they didn't like it. However, they went and they played Mass Effect Andromeda, and they really liked Mass Effect Andromeda. And I think that's because, like, if you like this sort of open world, like the open world mechanics of, like, Dragon Age Inquisition, you're gonna really like Mass Effect Andromeda. Whereas if you like things that are a little bit more linear, I think like Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and then the original Mass Effect trilogy are kind of more up your alley. Normandy? I wish they'd come out with some DLC for Andromeda. Probably would have made it better. Yeah, I think that if they actually were able to do everything they wanted to do with the with Andromeda, because they were planning on having DLC released concerning the other arcs for the Andromeda Initiative. I think that if they had ended up actually doing that, and there wasn't such a, because they canceled those DLCs because of the public outrage for how horrible Andromeda was, which it wasn't. You know, it's not the best game, I don't think, but it was certainly enjoyable for me to play. I wish that, you know, fucking people didn't get themselves all in a tizzy over the game, because we would have been able to get those DLCs. Story wasn't bad per se, but it wasn't on the same level as the others. Plus, you have all the BioWare fans with all the expectations. Yeah. Also, visuals are better by the time Inquisition rolled out. Yeah. Yeah, like, I feel like if you, like, started with Inquisition, I think the problem with, so, Mass Effect, the original Mass Effect trilogy, very uniform sort of across the board with what you're going in and you are expecting for a Mass Effect game to be. You know, if you played, for whatever reason, if you played Mass Effect 3 first, and you go back to play Mass Effect 1 and 2, you're experiencing the same fundamental game across the board. Like, same sort of game mechanics. There are some, you know, differences between the inventory system, how reload works with, like, the overheating of the guns and everything. A couple of the mini games that you get, like exploring the planets and everything. But across the board, it's the same sort of fundamental game. Whereas if you played Inquisition first, which is an open world RPG, the combat system is pretty similar, I would say, to Origins and 2. However, still a little bit different. But just like the overall, like it's so much more massive. And then you go back and you play Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 in particular, because Dragon Age 2 is not the game that they really wanted to come out with. You're going to be like kind of disappointed by what you find, especially specifically in Mass Effect, in Dragon Age 2. Because Dragon Age 2, you have a lot of repeatable dungeons. Like they use the same like 3 dungeons, just giving you access to other parts of the dungeon instead for various quests. So yeah, I could definitely see how like someone going from like Dragon Age Inquisition and going back, you know, and looking at Dragon Age Origins, which is brown, and the combat can get really fucking frustrating to deal with. I can see why someone might go back and try to play that after playing Inquisition and be like, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. Still better than walking everywhere and like in Starfield. I never even, so I have Starfield. I played probably like 2 hours of it and I was like, this game, I don't like this game. This game. I haven't really played since they added the vehicle. They actually added a vehicle. It wasn't like in the base game. That's crazy. Fuck you, Todd Howard. You've eliminated, okay. You've eliminated report to Hackett. Destroy the main Cerberus facility. Head to Nefarian in the Columbia system of the Voyager cluster.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Good work, Commander.
Starfield was it, yeah.
You took down the biotics with minimal collateral damage.
I think, so... Sorry guys, I'm going on like a tangent. So I think the problem with certain game studios today is, so we sort of, I want to say within like the 2010s, we sort of broached into like open world. I don't know what that noise is going on in the background. I hate that. We sort of broached into like a lot of open world RPGs. And they were very popular. However, I think a majority of the gamer fan base has realized that open world RPGs are sort of good in theory, but if you don't have enough content to actually fill the open world, it feels very hollow. So when you have these large expansive maps, if a majority of my gameplay is me walking from point A to point B, that's not good gameplay. And it's not good game design either. Lots of breadth with no depth, exactly. I would much rather have a more... What's the word? I would rather have... my God, I can't remember the word, what it's called. I'd rather have a game that is very linear, that has a decent sized map, but the map is filled with things for me to interact with, with codexes or things for me to collect, than a huge world to explore that actually doesn't have anything in it. Because it's like they just made these big maps to show off their graphics and nothing else. About how Bethesda's game design, I think it is outdated. Part of the reason Skyrim lasted as long as it did was not just the amount already in the game, but all the modders. True. Modders are the backbone of the game industry. Yeah, I think that I would much rather have a linear game. 10 years ago, I would have been like, man, I want an open world. I want a so open world like Mass Effect game. Like, I want to be able to just go explore a bunch of different planets, blah, 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 blah. But like now, like I would much rather have a linear game. And the thing is, like how Dragon Age Veilguard was, I like that. I like that the game was very linear. It gave you a decent chunks of maps to explore. However, it wasn't as huge as Dragon Age, the maps in Dragon Age Inquisition, but they were filled with, you know, codexes and little things that you could find that were actually meaningful for the gameplay experience. While still keeping you on track for what the story should be. Fuck. What's up, lad? I don't want NPC acting like Showbiz Pizza automatons. Baldur's Gate 3 handled. Yeah, I think as well. Baldur's Gate 3 is another good like example of like the maps are, you know, pretty large. But there are things within the maps that you can explore. Like it feels like a lived-in world. I think when you have a map in a video game that doesn't feel lived in, like it feels empty, like there's nobody lives in this place. There's nothing to interact with. I'm just walking for 30 minutes to get from this quest to this quest. That just feels like bad game design. Made it pretty much come up with a routine for game start. Fallout 76, yeah. It open world, but what, you know, like what did it actually offer? Especially at launch. Launch, it was like horrible. I think I've gone to these. Became my issue with Diablo games too, but the last one played somewhat regularly was Diablo 2, which has been around for quite some time. Yeah, no NPCs. Yeah, and that's like another thing. Like if you're gonna like, you need to. I don't know. It's just it feels like I said, it feels like when you have these large open world games, it's not it's literally just the game dev like showing how good their graphics are. Gromar. Gromar is a rocky terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of Krypton and Xenon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of copper with deposits of calcium. Prior to the Alliance's expansion into the Voyager cluster, Gromar hosted one of half of Turian interferometric telescope array. Connected with similar telescope in the Attican Beta cluster by an expensive chain of FTL comm buoys, the two functions as a single virtual lens with an effective aperture equal to the thousands of light years between them. The Turians use this to chart the terminus system with great accuracy. Stallion recovered. If you want a walking sim, try Death Stranding. No Man's Sky is a completely different game from launch, but I still find myself getting bored eventually. And I think like with No Man's Sky, like I think that was like the poster child of what it like releasing a game where you advertised it as something it wasn't. And I'm, you know, the dev did go back and like actually like, I'm pretty sure like the game now is like super fun, super playable for a lot of people. But very much an adherent to like, hey, this is what you should not do, because you will get a lot of like, it's like the backlash for No Man's Sky when it first came out was like crazy. Kind of justified, but crazy. Got land here. I don't think I could do a second playthrough. I tried, just got bored. No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077 releases were horrible. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't want like, I would rather like what Baldur's Gate 3 did, where they had it in early access for like 2 to 3 years. They had it in access for 2 to 3 years to gauge what the audience wanted from the game. And I think if you're going to try to release a game that isn't complete, try doing like an early access thing where you're gauging what the audience wants. Because if you release a game and it's shitty, not optimized, doesn't run, we shouldn't be doing that in 2025. It just seems so silly to me that these game companies, especially these AAA studios, are releasing games that aren't complete at launch. They both eventually make good on there. See, but here's the thing, like, I would much rather wait the extra couple of months or year for a complete game than try to play a game that isn't playable at launch. It kind of sours me on the whole, like, it would sour me on the whole game, to be honest. Like, that's why, like, I never really went back, like, Fallout 76, I played that game at launch. It took me years to try it again because it had just, like, completely, like, soured my experience with it. Just go full Star Citizen and stay in alpha for over a decade. I played too much early access. Oh, that's fair, though. If I don't like a game when it comes back, I can just go back to Stellaris. Fallout 76 big. Yeah. There is one who does not deliver half-baked games, the god Hideo Kojima. Yeah, I feel like if you... I don't know, I think that game studios should not be releasing like games that are not complete. And this goes to like BioWare too. You shouldn't be releasing the actual ending of a game in a DLC. Like with what BioWare did with Trespasser, the Trespasser DLC for Dragon Age Inquisition. You should not be doing that. That's ridiculous to have like the actual ending of a game in a DLC. Tell us how you really feel, Joel. On to Hater. Hater is an unusually large ice world with a core silicate rock and light metals and a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The crust is mainly composed of water, ice. Hater's ice sheets show obvious signs of large-scale fracture and refreezing centered on a massive crater near the South Pole. A recent extranet meme suggests that a Prothean ship crashed through the crust of the planet before the collapse of their empire and might still be recovered from the planetary core. This is purportedly the source of a planet's unusually high mass. Careful mapping of the Hater's gravity field by orbiting satellites have proved that the planetary core is entirely normal. I feel like Fallout 76 would be better playing with friends. I feel like even now, like Fallout 76 is like it's just like a toss up as to whether or not it works. Like when I tried like booting it up, it would like freeze in the loading screen. I had to like uninstall and reinstall the game to play it, which is like crazy. Shouldn't have to do that. Clohia. Clohia is a hothouse terrestrial world with a dense atmosphere of nitrogen and sulfur dioxide. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of iron with deposits of gold. The core of Clohia is very hot and tectonically active. Volcanic eruptions are common and outgassing continues to add the density of the atmosphere. The largest active volcano has a caldera nearly 100 kilometers in diameter, and its basalt floods have covered an area roughly the size of the Earth continent of Australia. And yeah, it's like, you know, I feel like, especially like I know some systems are like, some games are just like not conducive to like, you know, lower end PCs or outdated PCs. However, like when you have like a PC that like I can run a lot of games on my PC, no problem. But when I have like a game that like is, God, when did Fallout 76 come out? Like 2016, 2017? That is almost a decade old and just like will just freeze in the loading screen. It's like, that's not a problem with my PC. That's a problem with the game and the optimization for the game. was trying to stream while lurking here. And oh no, Bruin, I'm so sorry. The tech goblins, man, the tech goblins. I'm gonna go this way. Like, so as much as like I don't really fuck with like Ubisoft, just because like the Assassin's Creed games recently have been like a disappointment, and you know, they've fucked up a lot of releases for their games. They have pushed back the release date for the next Assassin's Creed to like I think March now. And they're doing that because they want to release a complete game. Granted, I think it's because they know that like if they fuck up another release for a game, you know, they might not be releasing any more games in the future. But I feel like as an industry, we need to normalize like if you feel that like your game is not, where the fuck is this thing? If you feel your game is not ready to be released, there should be no shame in pushing back the release for that. Because I would much rather have a game released 6 months after it was supposed to be scheduled to be released originally, that is complete and that the developers can say that they are proud of, rather than an incomplete game that gets patched every week to fix all of the bugs. How many ACs are there's a lot. There's got to be over like 15 at this point Assassin's Creed games. Whoa, relax. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, relax. Whoa, chill out. Whoa. Get crazy. You are... Get out of here. Crazy. CR2, it's the business that gets in the way of the, yeah. Which is like, I think like, God, like that's what happened with like a lot of like the BioWare releases. They wanted to make Veilguard, like they were originally going to make Veilguard like an MMO type game, which would have been a fucking disaster. It would have been fucking awful. Like had to have that kind of game as like a multiplayer game. It's one thing to have like a multiplayer option, like they did with like Dragon Age Inquisition or Mass Effect 3, but to make that like the basis of the game, it would have been awful. But they probably were like, yeah, we can do like all of these microtransactions and everything like that. And I'm glad that they have decided not to do that. Hey, I'm driving here. EA sometimes just needs to shut up and let the devs do what they need to release a finished game. Yeah, and like that's the thing. And like it's crazy that like you have like these like companies who think that they know better than a lot of the devs. Where are you shooting me from? Whoa, I got melted. Try again. No! No! Sucks. Come on, guys. Let's go do this again. Oh yeah, they're definitely, EA is definitely not the only game company to do that. Okay, Sithy. Shipping products with bugs is acceptable if time to market and achieving release windows is an imperative. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like sometimes I think about all of the games and stories we could have had. Like I think about the game like that Veilguard could have been, that Dragon Age 2 could have been. And don't get me wrong, like I love both of those games for what they are, but I think about the games that they could have been. And it makes me sad that the devs were likely not able, hold on, oh, relax. The devs were not able to release the games that they wanted due to bad business practice. Let's try this again. Sweet, sweet Mark. I'm beating this thing to shit. All right, guys, let's just save here just in case shit goes sour again. Whoops. I see your little fucking head, you idiot. Oh, my shield's up. Where the hose at? Womp womp womp. Not here. Shoot your future buddies. They don't know me like that. Not yet. Terminal. You cautiously press a few buttons and an alarm chimes. The optical database is flashing itself. Oh, relax. Quickly, you copy as many files as you can onto your hard suit's internal computer. Its memory wiped, the computer shuts down. The files are sure to be encrypted, but you've got time to crack them. Neat. Back at it. Ooh, lots of stuff. Inventory management. Sure, we've what we need to do here. I think so. Yeah, we did it. Where am I going? This way. Oh, this way. How do you get lost in a square room? I don't know. But I'd be doing it. Wait. Not this way. This way. Throw enough shit into it to turn it into a maze. It's too big. I don't know where I am. Yeehaw. Did you have to find every artifact in Mass Effect 1 to get 100% war readiness in Mass Effect 3? No. You don't have to. There are certain things that, like, if you do in the games, like, it'll give you a little boost. But I've definitely got 100% war readiness in Mass Effect 3 without doing all of, like, the little side missions in the previous 2 games. Shut up. Turning to Normandy. Alright, let's see. We've got Pharaoh's Data Recovery. I don't think I have access to this one anymore. Data disks. Battles. Valuable materials. I want to speak to him. We want to go back to the fucking... Not really. We want to go back to the Citadel to meet our weird fan. I don't think so. I think we just have to go to Vermeer at this point. I think Vermeer is like the last thing we have to do, and that's like that's a pretty big mission, so I don't want to do that yet, so we'll probably save. We're gonna save this for next time. We're gonna save it for next time, guys. B. Oh. Relax. We got coming up the rest of the weekend. Tonight. This is just for the community. Tonight we're gonna be playing some One Ring. We have a quest. Got a cheeky little quest. Solid. So we have a cheeky little quest. It's called the Quest for Bread. So we're gonna be playing just off stream with the community tonight. And then tomorrow we will be live with some Marvel Rivals if you want to come hang out and play some Marvel Rivals with us. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, I will be live just for trusted community members. We have a lot of fun. We have a whole lot of fun playing Marvel Rivals, guys. Very relaxing game for everyone involved. And then next week, I think we got D&D on Monday, Dragon Age over on Folk and Myth on Tuesday, and then we'll kind of play it by ear as to what we're gonna do the rest of the week. My booby bice, no stress. Lovely Paragon Run. I know, I only like made one bad decision this time. I accidentally killed some people. It happens. Happens to the best of us, guys. Yeah. So come hang out tomorrow with us for some Marble Rubles. Accidentally. You can't prove otherwise, but come hang out with us. Feel free to hop into the Discord where we do a whole lot of stuff. We've been playing a whole lot of games together. I do the once a month we're going to be running a little, I'll be running, I say will, it's going to be me running a one shot for various systems. I'm taking requests. If you want a specific game to be run, just shoot me a little message in the Discord. Be like, hey, it'd be really cool if you ran this game. Because we're doing some community games. We're gonna try to do them every month. No witnesses, no war crimes. Exactly. That's it for me, guys. I got nothing else. I'm just yapping at this point. Goodbye.